Hello, TikTok Live family. How are you? Let me brighten up my screen so I can see you when you come in. If you're not here with us live, girl, where you at? Come on, quit playing. Let's talk about grants for your Black woman-owned for-profit small business, if that's what you're looking for. Welcome to Grant Prep Academy, or GPA for short. I'm Dr. AJ Austin, the lead professor here. Thank you for hanging out with us. Come on in, say hello. If you can hear me, let me know. And let's talk about you, your business, finding funding for your business, and other stuff that come up along the way, Come on in today. I'm really excited about our topic as per usual. Of course, we're talking about grants, but we're picking up the conversation that we started a couple lives ago about the top 10 most important things that should be on your small business grant application. So if you're looking for grants or considering grants or trying to find out what they are, how they apply to your business, I want to set your expectations for the actual applications for these opportunities and what they're going to ask you and expect to know. Is that cool? But before we dive in, tell me about your business. If you're just joining us, what business do you currently run or will you run soon that you could see winning a grant for? What is that business? Talk to me in the chat. I love engagement. I love when you talk to me because that's what it's about. Good morning, energy. I like that. I like how you spell that. So tell me about your business in the chat. What is the business that you could see yourself winning a grant for? And let me know. I just was looking at a grant that's available for $3,500, but it has specifications. So I'm going to see who I can help match up with that grant opportunity in my crew. So if you can hear me and you're live here with us on TikTok, and you're a Black woman for-profit small business owner, and you're seeking grants for that Black woman for-profit small business, tell me about that business in the chat really quickly. Keep in mind that, again, I love engagement. I just got an invitation to speak this morning. So that means that I get paid for my conversations. This one here, I'm giving to you as a pour back into your business. You're welcome. But you got to talk to me. You got to engage. And I want to be able to see what y'all put. So I'm going to find me some glasses at some point. I thought I had some next to me. All right. Good morning, Cherry Sherry. Now, if you won't hear and you're not talking to me in the chat, that means you're stalking. TikTok is not a safe space to stalk because I can see everybody on here. So if you don't want me to call your name out, now's the time to exit stage left. But I'm going to go ahead and first talk to the people who are talking to me and then call y'all out who think I don't know y'all on here watching. So I'm going to give you a little time to gather your things or either put some in the chat, okay? This is for Black women, for-profit small business owners seeking grants for their Black woman-owned for-profit small business. I'm Dr. AJ Austin, winner of over $63,000 in grants and grant-funded opportunities. So excited to be here with you today to share what I know about grants that's helping us win grants as a collective over at blackwomeningrants.com. We've won over $181,000 together. One of our grantees, Ashley Rankin, just won. She's one of the winners of the L'Oreal Beauty brand grant for $10,000. She just got notification the other day that she was selected, and now it's all in the press. It's such an exciting moment for Black women in grants and future grant winners alike. So if you want to start learning this grant game and how it works to win, head over to blackwomeningrants.com and come join us in our mentorship. And I'll be sharing more about the mentorship throughout our time together today. Good morning. Is it Cherry, Sherry, or Cherie? Hey, girl. Energy says, I'm opening an aesthetics suite. Love it. Marley says, good morning. Good morning, Marley. She has a financial literacy business that teaches people how to fix their credit plus start a business. Boom. All right. Anybody else? Hey, Nessa, how are you? I said I was going to shout people out. That's me calling you out. I was giving y'all time to gather your things if you ain't going to talk. Hey, designer, what's your business? Mia Barnett, what you do, girl? Nessa, tell me about your business. Marley, tell me about your business. Darling, be darling, what's your business? Black Sheep, what's your business? Amy Romeo, what's your business? I'm calling out the Black women that I see on here because this is for Black women, for-profit small business owners. I know we have men. I know we have white women and people on here just being nosy, child. But we're focused specifically on Black women. So what other businesses are here? Now, I am officially a paid advisor for grants. They have called on me to review their website to make sure their grant is explained well enough. I have been in private meetings where I've been paid to raise my hand and speak on behalf of Black women, for-profit small business owners that are applying for these grants. I've had private conversations with grant check writers about what they need to do to improve their grant application to get more of us to apply. So with all that said, you never know who's on the lives with us that are capable of writing those checks, okay? The grant check writers literally watch us here on TikTok. So if I'm on here for free for you, asking you about your business, asking you to engage in conversation about your business, if you're serious about getting grants, consider not multitasking. I know some of y'all at work and driving and probably yelling at kids and stuff, but focus just for a little bit real quick and let's chat about your business. If you're serious about finding grants, applying for grants, having your grant application stand out with what I share with you today, and becoming a future grant winner. So keep that in mind. Nessa has a business. You said it's a resource to help people. Help people what? Let me know. Get specific. Now, what I'm going to do is a quick recap of some of the things that I've shared with you guys. Maybe this is your first time here. If so, let me know in the chat. Have you been here before? If you're new here, welcome. Thank you for joining. Make sure you follow this page and turn your notifications on to hang out with us when we are live. I'm here with you guys Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, talking about grants. I won't be here long. Energy's new. Welcome, boo. So yeah, catch me while you can, okay? So there are 10 things that should be on every small business grant application. But first, I want to know, what would you use a grant for in your business? Now that a few of you have told me what your business is. Black Sheep says her business is transportation and home health care. What could you use a grant for in your business? Like, you told me, some of you, what you do. Now tell me, what would you use a business for? I mean, not a business for, a grant for in your business. Good morning, Marcia. Marley would use it for marketing. What kind of marketing? Anybody else want to share really quickly? Let's see who can post next to win this round. So terms like marketing and advertising is very generic. So give me some specifics. What type of advertising? What type of marketing? Elisha, wait a minute. Nope, that says Aisha. Did I say that right? It says a startup business. Okay. Nessa is new here. Business is to help people like help job search, resume, school, etc. Got it. What could you use a grant for, Nessa? Let me know. Radio. See, look at that. Specific marketing. Radio, social media, search engines like Google and Yahoo, YouTube. There you go. Very specific. Do you know what you need your budget to be for that marketing, Marley? Because that's my next question coming up. Isha says, assist living, promote jobs for others. Hello, I'm an artist. I do oil painting. Janice, what do you need a grant for in your business? Let me know. Y'all got to talk to me, though. You got to be quicker than that. Before you know it, it'll be time to wrap this thing up. And I got some nuggets I want to share with you guys that'll really help you as you start looking for grants. But I need to know what you do first. Okay, Marley needs 15K. Cherie or Cherry said I would use the money to secure a manufacturing company and mass produce my clothing. Love it. Do you know how much that is? Because this is my next question. So you guys have told me what you do in your business a little bit. You told me a little bit about what you can use a grant for. How much do you need your grant check to be? How much in grants do you actually need to win to make this thing possible? Let me know. Even if you haven't started up yet, what's the amount that could really help you get started? If you've started, what's that amount that could really help you grow and expand like you want to in your business? So Marley said 15,000. Isha said 20. Nessa said 20K. Energy says 10,000. Mobile Notary 25,000. Janice says 10,000. Overall, I need 30,000 so I can maintain the monthly fees and scale. I will use it to market my real estate business, focus on HUD, and also assist my son. How much do you need? Just Yaz 8. Let me know. Y'all better put them numbers in there because I got another question for you. Hurry up. 20K says Sherry. And you said you need about 30K. Okay. Now tell me, and what y'all don't realize is these are literally questions on every grant application. What do you do? How much do you need? And what are you going to use the funds for? They're going to ask. I need to also take further education to stay on top of my niche. 20K. IDK what? Madam Gardner. You better come on now. Play the game. Okay. Now tell me, are you in the startup phase of your business where it's still an idea that you have to one day launch this business, but you can see grants coming into place? Or have you already started this business and you're actually making money at it? You're pretty good at it. It's a pretty good product or service. People have paid you for it and you've started. So put startup if you have not started yet, or started if you have started. There's only one answer for this. Either you are in startup or you have started. There's no in between, even though somebody always try to say, I'm both. No, you're not. Let me tell you the difference. Startup is usually in pre-revenue, meaning you ain't made no money. You ain't really got it all together. It's still in beta testing, prototype. You still doing research on your target market and your competition and how much to charge and when you want to launch. And you still need to do a focus group of if it's going to work and who's going to buy it and where and when and why. And You still got a lot of questions. You're still building out your brand for that thing, okay? Your website, all that good stuff getting set up. If you've started and you're making money, you probably filed taxes here and there, a little bit everywhere. You made some money. People know what you do. They paid you. You got proof of it. Receipts, invoices, okay? They're giving you testimonials, or they can if you reached out and said, hey, can you write me something down telling people how you enjoyed my product or service, or could you record a quick video about how this has changed your life for the better? Y'all see the difference? Tell them you paid me so they believe me. That's how that works. Okay. Look at all the startups. Look at all the starteds. Love it. This is an important part of a small business grant application because she said, none that you explain it this way, I'm a startup. I know. People just need to know what it is. You said, I'm confused because I have an LLC and pay fees for my business but haven't had business. So you're a startup. You ain't got paid yet, right? Remember, I just broke it down. Okay. Now, if you are in the startup phase, you haven't made money yet, you're pre-revenue, you're in beta, you just getting that thing, trying to grow its sea legs. You just wrote it down the other day in a journal. It's on your Bopruda somewhere, as my little niece used to call computers when she was little. It was so cute. That was 30 years ago. I still think it's cute. But anyway, you can still open your journal or that thread of emails, or maybe it's on a notes app in your phone because you're still fleshing it out. That's the startup phase, and you need to be looking for what's known as startup grants. Startup grants help you actually get started. Girl, go meet with some people, let them pick your brain, put all of your ideas into a business model that's going to lay out how you're going to make money, because that's what a grant is going to want to know. Even though you haven't started yet, girl, how you going to make this money and when you going to get started? They want to know that. If you have started your business, that means that you have been growing on your own and you've been making money. You've been doing as well as you can. You got yourself this far, and now you can use additional financial support, and there are people willing to give you a grant for that. You just need to look for what's known as a growth grant. You know how, like, when we get braids, or when y'all get braids, because I ain't had hair in almost 20 years, but when I used to get braids back in the day, when I had enough to like grip my thoughts a little bit, and then it grows out. And then you get the little crunchy piece that you play with because you need to go get them redone. That new growth. Take the word growth, put it with the word grant. And if you've already started your business and making money, you need a growth grant, girl. Okay, that's how you can remember that. How do you find these grants? Startup grants, growth grants. You can go to not YouTube. Well, you might can look on YouTube. I don't know. That just came to me. But go to Google is what I was going to say. And put in the name. Startup grant, growth grant for small business, for Black women small business owners. See what pops up. You can do that right now while you listen to me. I know you got another phone. I know you got another Bopruda. You can do that during this live, okay? See what's out there. There are lists of grants that'll pop up. Now, last time I checked, my search results were over 19 million results that came when we did that. Thank you for the roses. And what had happened was, if you are not skilled or savvy with the eye of peeping game in this grant space, it's quite possible that you're going to run up on a scam when you try to Google and do this search on your own. And you're going to be like, is this legit? I don't know how I feel about this. Should I have to pay for this and do this? And why they asking for this? I don't know. And then you ain't going to do nothing with it, right? You ain't going to move forward if you scared. And I don't blame you, child. But over at www.blackwomeningrants.com, hallelujah, we got 3 free lists of grants I can send you right now when you join us in my mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com. It's a part of the mentorship. It's a 12-month subscription to 3 free lists of grants that are vetted every single month on your behalf by 3 ladies that I am in personal connection with, who put together our list, and they vet these opportunities and they make sure that there are winners and that the grant is legit and that they're specifically for you as a Black woman, for-profit small business owner. As long as you're based in the United States, as long as you're over the age of 18, And as long as you own at least 51% of your business, you probably would be very interested to see the over $1.2 million in funding that's currently on these lists that you can read about, research the opportunity, review the application, and go on and get that thing on in there, girl. Do y'all meet those qualifications? You're black, you're a woman, you're a for-profit, you're a small business owner, you're based in the United States, you're over the age of 18, and you own at least 51% of your business, or if you're in the startup phase, you will own at least 51% of your business. Y'all let me know, because I want to make sure I'm talking to the right people. That's who our scholarships and grants and grant funded opportunities are for over at blackwomeningrants.com. We're in the private sector, which means that our checks are written or underwritten on behalf of banks like Bank of America and Regions Bank and Wells Fargo and JP Morgan Chase and Chase Bank, and the list goes on. Corporations like Target and Walmart and AT&T, Verizon and Comcast, and these big names, Office Depot, Office Max, they have written checks, grants, funded scholarships, and learning opportunities for business training and development programs. So we're in the private sector. We don't do government grants. We don't do nonprofits, because nonprofits don't qualify for most of these opportunities that we get our hands on in the mentorship. And so blackwomeningrants.com is the place to be to find out more about coming to learn with me for a whole year for only $97. There is a scholarship that will allow you, when you click on the special link, to join us for the year. Now, regular price is $997, but you can join us for $97, and the scholarship is first come, first serve. So I have to put that out there and let you know, so you can't say we didn't have this conversation. Okay. What questions do you have for me before we dive into what I wanted to share with you guys today? Anything about anything we've shared so far about what phase your business is in, startup or started, how it's important to know how much you need in the grant, what you're going to do with the grant, where to find these grant opportunities, how to get the grants delivered to your inbox, question and mark. Any questions, let me know. Put it in the chat. Glad you're back with us. The scholarship lets you join us for 1 year for only $97. One-time payment, year-long access. Don't worry about how many it is. It's a scholarship available. First come, first serve. If you really was concerned about how many, you would have been over there getting it by now. Somebody gonna get it. And I like when they do it sneakily. They ain't gonna be like, how long I got? Can you hold the space? How many is there? When is the last day? Nope, they just over there signing up, child. That's how this works. We love you. Go do what you gotta do, because there's a special link if you're concerned about $97, Klarna, Afterpay, Affirm, all that good stuff. When you click that special link for the scholarship to join us for a year for one-time payment, year-long access for $97, it's going to also give you them payment arrangement options, okay? Those are over there too. What are some of the red flags to look for on Google? That's up to you. I ain't going to teach you how to go do what I can just do for you that's already done for you over at blackwomeningrants.com. But just be careful. Same thing we talk about here on the TikTok channel. I got a whole couple videos that tell you what to look for in a scam. But these days, child, it's a skill you gotta develop. Even I have to go in and read the terms and conditions. That's one thing that you can make sure you do, but most people ain't gonna do it. So read the official rules, all 14 pages that should be laid out. And your spirit know when something ain't right. One thing I can say is to check yourself as you go look for these opportunities. because I've had a couple conversation with ladies that are in our mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com, and they've been scammed before they found me from trying to do this on their own. And one lady says, her name is Brenda, and she says, I knew that I was getting scammed because I had this desperate energy about me. I just wanted to win. I just wanted it to work. I wanted it to be legit. I was ignoring the red flags that I knew were there. So you know, you don't need me to tell you. However, if you're coming from a place of, oh my God, I got to win a grant to save my business. If I don't get a grant, I can't keep going. I can't start the business. I'm going to have to close my door. Girl, just go ahead and close the business. Take a break or take a nap. Give yourself time to build up later on. Try this again. Unless you just got money to throw away, because scammers will scam, okay? You can't stop that. But make sure you're not coming desperate, because grants will tell you that they don't want that desperate energy. They're going to say it nicely, like they'll put it in a way that says, if you're already in debt or already in the hole or already making bad financial decisions, we don't want to invest in that. What they do want to say or want to hear in your essays on your applications is that, okay, yeah, you may have made some bad financial choices. You may be in desperate need of funding, but here's what you're going to do before they give you money to go start making money in your business. Because again, this is a business, right? A business means that you are savvy enough as a Black woman business owner to get people to buy what you're selling. So go do that. Start stacking your money, making money, apply for the grant in the meantime as well, but show them that you're doing something on your end as well. And then show them how their grant can come in and help you make up the difference, make up the slack, multiply the impact that you've already been able to make on your own. And then, like we talked about the other day here on GPA, Grant Prep Academy, grants also want to know, what would you do if you don't win their funding? So you got to have a plan A, B, and C and walk the grant through all of them to show I'm not just here because I'm broke. Because the same way you come into this is the same way you're going to be throughout this. And they want the mindset of someone who can multiply their investment to get a return. Y'all see how this works? Yes, you can get multiple grants, and that's the key. We teach a formula called Triple A, and the A's all stand for apply. So we apply, apply, apply. Keep an application out there. That's how you win multiple grants. So Ashley Rankin, who may join us this morning, she's one of our mentees over at blackwomeningrants.com. You'll see her testimonial on the page. She just won $10,000 from L'Oreal, the beauty brand. And she's officially, she has about $451,000 in applications out there in grants. And so with her recent 10K win, she's now at $19,000 in grant and grant funded opportunity winnings. So that means that she has all of these applications out there. She's winning multiple grants. She's not the only one. She's the one that comes to mind because her grant win was recent. And yeah, you can win more than one grant. It'll never be at the exact same time because every grant's deadline and time frame that they have to pay the checks and all that, everybody's different. So it'll never be on the same day. The closest that I've seen that is a young lady who came here to Atlanta and pitched her business in a small business pitch competition. She won that pitch, but she was also across town the same day pitching for another competition. So she just double booked for an event that weekend. However, in the grant space, when you're submitting these applications and you're waiting on the decisions, they flow in at different times. But you can win them back to back. It probably just won't be on the same day. You feel me? So that's how that works. Let's talk about one of the things out of 10 that should be on every small business grant application. So one thing is a quick recap of what we've talked about before. which is your grant budget. So when you guys told me how much you could see yourself winning, and then I told you grants are going to say, well, what are you going to do with the money that you win? You have to spell out exactly how that grant is going to help you achieve the goal that you're trying to achieve, whether it's to save your business, grow your business, extend your products, etc. You have to include the grant in your goals and sell them that vision on exactly what their grant funds will help you do if you're awarded the funds. And then you also have to keep them updated with your future growth plans. So just like I said, they're going to want to know that even if you don't win this grant, what are you going to do moving forward? You need to know how you're going to grow your business. So if a grant win will help you expand your business into different markets or help you introduce new products like Ashley's doing, she's introducing and launching a new skincare line with her $10,000 grant. So if you're going to introduce new products or services that are coming soon, or you're going to open up bigger partnerships with other businesses from your partnership with this grant, when you win, tell that grant that. And also the date that you plan on doing all of this by. If you can see yourself serving more customers and clients, or clients you'll reach at a larger scale in different countries, or maybe you want to upgrade and reach out to more affluent people just to do business with on a regular basis, and that's a part of your future growth plans, put that in your small business grant application. That matters. It's showing the grant that one of the most important characteristics they look for in an entrepreneur is longevity and tenacity. And so that means that if you have future plans to grow, they know that you're going to be around. And so one grant, I was reading their terms and conditions, the legalistic part of grants, what you're agreeing to when you win and when you apply. And they said you have to promise them that at least a year after they cut you a check, if they select you as a winner, that you plan to still be in business. They're like, don't take our money and run. Don't take our money and just, try to pay our bills and then we don't hear nothing from you. Let us know that you'll still be out here growing your business, winning more money, making more money in your business. Another thing to keep in mind is that you always need to be aligned with the type of grants that you apply for. So if you're doing the Google route and you're looking for grants on your own, look for those that connect with where you are in your business. We talked about the startup phase. We talked about the started phase. Look for grants that specifically say this is a startup grant. This is a growth grant. We're looking to connect with or align with or award businesses that are in these phases. Make sure your business brand matches with the grants brand. When I say we're in the private sector of winning grants, that means that most of our grants are not specific to the type of business you have. It's specific to the theme of the grant. So a theme is you got to be Black. You got to be a woman. You got to be for profit. You got to be based in the United States. You got to own at least 51% of your business. You got to be over the age of 18. And then it'll get into, let's say you're a tech-based business. They're going to say, well, we're looking for businesses that have a tech-based component to what they do. Maybe it's something fancy you do on your website and people can pay you through your website, or you have some type of software built into what you do. Tech-based. They'll break that down. That's the theme of that grant. Maybe it's an educational type grant, not school or academic, but it's featuring some business training and development that you can get scholarships to go through and then get a grant. And so they'll say, are you a Black woman, small business owner with an educational component to what you do? Like, do you teach people in your business anything? Like, are you teaching the youth? Are you teaching people how to do what you do? Are you teaching entrepreneurs? Are you teaching a certain skill? This is an educational type grant. That's the theme of this grant. Y'all see what I'm saying? So grants in our sector have themes versus, don't think of it like, can I find a grant for a notary business? Can I find a grant for a real estate business? Can I find a grant for a restaurant, a food truck? Don't think of it like that. Think of the theme. And so if you say, I would really love to increase my skills as a business owner so that I can start hiring people and managing a team better, you're looking for what's known as a fellowship, which is tied to some type of grant or grant funded opportunity that has been paid for or sponsored by these big names that I just listed earlier, these brands, these associations, these corporations. They've written checks for programs to start to undergird your learning. And so I did a program last year. They just emailed me this morning and invited me in as a speaker this week. We did a 10-month program just focusing on developing leadership skills as an entrepreneur. How you lead a team, how you set up your standard operating procedures, how you do maybe like a job description where you bring in someone in under you so that you can save time as a leader and you're leading them. Grants pay for that type of learning, that type of development. That's considered leadership development, professional development. There's personal development grants. So our grants in the private sector more have themes versus just being for any specific type of business. Okay. A grant that I saw this morning was specific to the areas that your business is located in. And so they're doing like a random drawing, and someone's going to win a $3,500 grant just for having their business in a certain area in the U.S. So that's a theme versus it got to be this type of business and it got to, So keep that in mind if you're searching for grants in the private sector. And this is for Black women, for-profit, small business owners. If you're new here, say hello. Let me know you're here for the first time so I can greet you with the love of the Lord. My name is Dr. AJ Austin. This is Grant Prep Academy, or GPA, live here on TikTok. I'm usually here with you guys on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, teaching all about grants. So make sure you follow this page. Turn your notifications on so that you can get notified, get an invitation to come join us when we're live. I also do pop-up lives where I come in and teach. Over at blackwomeningrants.com is our year-long mentorship where I really dive into grants with those of you who are serious about learning the skill of finding and applying for grants, because it does take a trained eye to know and recognize these legit opportunities, if it's worth your time, if you really meet the eligibility requirements, and if you really are a potential future grant winner for the opportunities that we share with you to go out and find and apply to. So blackwomeningrants.com is the website to come hang out with us for a full year and get some mentorship and some hand holding for only $97 for a full year. That's a scholarship amount. And there are payment arrangements available on that $97 if you need it. So blackwomeningrants.com. Hello, Empress Code and Janice Shores and Self Love Club. How are you? Welcome. Glad you're here. Any questions about anything I've shared so far with just the recap of what we've talked about in previous lives about how you need to find grants that align with where you are? Even the theme of the grant should match, like what you're trying to do to grow your business. Is bigger than just getting a grant check. This is a business for the grant check writer as well. This is a financial investment in your business idea. So it has to be a win for them as well. You have to include them in how you're going to help make them look good. We talked about including your future growth plans if you're planning on expanding into new markets. And these are things that go on your small business grant application, on like the essay parts, where they're going to ask you so many frequently asked questions that you're going to see them on multiple grant applications. So you may as well be prepared for addressing them, especially when it comes to your grant budget, how much you need, what you're going to do with the funds, and what it will allow you to do in your business. Are there any questions about what I've shared so far? Because I want to share one more tip with you guys and then we'll wrap up. I usually hang out with you guys about 45 minutes to an hour. Get your questions answered live here. It's a part of our mentorship program over at blackwomeningrants.com, where you can bring your questions about grants and specific questions from applications that you're about to submit, or ask me questions about the mentor itself, like what page you're on in the book I wrote for you over at blackwomeningrants.com that has my 25 secrets to winning over $63,000 in funding so far. Energy says, outside of the application process, is there anything else required? Yes, there's lots of things, because it's going to tell you on the application, like also submit a video essay with this application. So then you have to get into production mode, girl. Get your studio set up. get on record reading scripts and including the information that they're requesting. I put a video essay template in the book over at blackwomeningrants.com that's going to lay out there. If they'll say, you got 90 seconds or 2 minutes and we need to see what you got on camera. That's what got me selected for the opportunity that emailed me this morning asking me to come speak. So I won last year a 10-month scholarship to go through a fellowship which builds your leadership skills as an entrepreneur. And it was 100 of us. And out of the 100, I was just selected as one of the leaders they invited back to come speak. And so I share that because I forgot. It just went out of my head. But anyway, because they also had a video component. And they tell you they asked for a video because they are looking at, in our case, they asked for a video because they wanted to hear how well you spoke the English language, because this was a global program. They wanted to know that you got a strong internet signal to record a video, because we were going to be on video with our meetings. They wanted to know your personality, your charisma, the knowledge that you share. And they were literally scouting for their next speakers. So you just never know. But yes, that would be something extra in addition to your application that you would have to submit, as well as digital documents proving that your business is legally set up. So everything from your employer identification number, your articles of incorporation, your business bank account, your websites, your social medias, your business email, business phone number, the basics. I put together a checklist over at blackwomeningrants.com. It's a part of the year-long mentorship, and it walks you through, there's an audio that walks you through the checklist for startups and the checklist for people who have started their business already, the things that you need to have in place on the legal side as you're applying for these grants. Because one thing you don't want to do is spend a lot of time on a grant application and then get to a part where they're asking for documents that you don't have because you were unprepared. You just went in spraying and praying is what we call it. So for example, a grant that I applied to recently, and I'll hear back from preferably next week, they wanted to get proof of how much your business is made. So you had to attach some bank statements. You had to attach a profit and loss sheet. You had to attach payments and invoices, have your financial records together, proving that over the last 12 months or from January to December, how much you've made. So they can ask for anything, and you want to be prepared. That list is also in the book called Finding Funding. And again, this is the book that I wrote for you guys, and you can only get it in the mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com. So hopefully that helps. You're welcome for my time today. Are there any other questions? Let me know. And if you're over at blackwomeningrants.com and you're trying to log into our learning portal and you need my help, let me know, because I'm happy to help you get logged in. Make sure you get what you signed up for, especially if you're claiming the scholarship that is there. www.blackwomeningrants.com. I have a list of 13 secret grant sources for business grants and grant funded opportunities. It's a list of places that, in addition to Google, in addition to YouTube, in addition to the list of grants that I could send you every month for 12 months in the mentorship, it's 13 other places that you could go look for grants or ask about grants or have grants knock on your door, virtually, of course, and make sure that you qualify and then apply for those opportunities. There's a video training that I did. It's like 3 minutes long, but I also teach you how to get grants in your email every day, all day. Like, it could overwhelm you with the opportunities that could find you right where you are based on what you're looking for in the grant, based on where you live, and based on what you're looking for grants for. And so this way scours the internet for you, and then it looks for opportunities that meet what you're looking for grants for. And then it says, girl, so-and-so just opened up this grant. They just started taking applications. Here's the link. And so I show you how to do that. Ashley Rankin, the $10,000 grant winner for L'Oreal, she is very good at sharing her resources. And so she's one of our Black Women in Grants. And we have 300 of you in the mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com. And she created this thing called a grant tracker template. And it features the grants that she's applied to, that she's won out of her $19,000 grant wins. And then she leaves the links there for you guys to literally click and follow in her footsteps to go apply for those same opportunities. Ain't that cool? I send out emails usually on a weekly basis. I was supposed to send one yesterday. I did not. I will be sending one very soon though. But we call those pop-up perks. And it's where I'm sharing just little nuggets about what's going on in these grant streets, classes and other trainings that we do, or other resources that could really help you, like opportunities to be first in line to apply for some of this funding that I get my hands on first because I'm an alumni of a lot of the programs that have awarded scholarships to go through them. And so I share those with y'all because I've also created partnerships with those programs to let you guys in for free under a scholarship as well. So if you have questions, now is a great time to put it in the chat. If you're considering joining us and getting one of the scholarships that is available over at blackwomeningrants.com, it comes with over 180 plus hours of what we call Grant Prep Academy, which is where you are right now, here with me live on TikTok. It's the TikTok replay playlist of all the videos I've done. We got over 229 videos now on our playlist. I've been here with you guys since last May, 3 times a week, every week, sharing information about grants so you can get where we started, all the nuggets you've missed since before you got here, and join us live 3 times a week to get your questions answered if you still have them. Are there any questions for me? Let me know, because I love sharing what I know, bringing you behind the scenes of what we're doing to apply for funding. We're winning. I got videos recorded of that we share in the mentorship because you're a part of that vision. About 1.5 years ago, I had a vision of helping Black women find and apply for funding for their business because I was winning so much money and so many opportunities that just made me fall in love with this grant space. And so as we win, of course, I share the wins with you guys because I'm telling people about you and that, you know, we're here to help you if you want it. I did a call with a lady who has access to the rest of the team over a $100,000 grant application, and she was begging me to share the opportunity with you guys to come apply. And so we did a call, and I share my call notes with you guys in an audio in the mentorship. And I told her that I would share her grant opportunity with you. She was looking for 5 ladies to apply for a $20,000 opportunity. And so I told her I wanted to help you guys get prepared for such a large opportunity, because when you get into bigger funding like $20,000 grants at one time, you got to come correct with that application, with the video, with your business documents, and you got to be ready. Just like with like a job interview that would pay you 6 figures, etc. You would show up sharp. And so that's how you have to look at these grant opportunities. And so we base a lot of the training that I offer you in the mentorship on these larger grant opportunities. We just did a 3-part compelling story class that teaches you how to win grants. And it works because I learned it from a $50,000 grant that's currently open for Black women small business owners. It's on our grant list that comes with the mentorship, and you get a copy of that list every month for 12 months. It's a bonus for joining us. And so on that list is a $50,000 grant, and I read their terms and conditions. I think it was like 14 pages. And in it, it was saying, you know, when you do get on video or when you do write your essay telling us who you are and what you do and why we should give you funding, here's exactly what we want you to say in your story. Here's what we're looking for to come through in your story. Somebody once asked me, are there like magic words or keywords or SEO words that you need to use in a grant? And the answer is yes. If a $50,000 grant opportunity is telling you we're looking for this specifically in your story, that's the template. That's the model. And even if you don't win that 50K grant, you can go out and apply for more grants at 5 figures. You got a $50,000 storytelling model for how to get a $50,000 grant's attention. You could take that and go win 10 $5,000 grants the same way, and it'll still be $50,000. Y'all see how this works? Is this making sense? Is this helping? Nessa says, thank you so much for sharing this. I'm glad you popped up on my FYP. I look forward to working with you. Same. So check out blackwomeningrants.com. Grab a seat in the mentorship. The scholarship is going away very soon. We're wrapping up our beta round. We got 300 of you guys in the program. We've given away $50,000 worth of scholarships to come hang out with us for a year. And so this opportunity will not be there forever. So if you really want to get into getting help with finding grants, applying for grants, standing out on your grant applications, you got the opportunity to learn from people who are doing it, not just me. I've interviewed 2 of our grant winners. One is Deanna Joy. She ended up winning a $50,000 grant, then turned around and won $5,000. Now she's at $76,000 in total for how much she's won so far in grants and grant funded opportunities for herself and for her private clients. She just helped one of her clients upgrade all of their office technology to all Mac products. And y'all know that ain't cheap, but a grant paid for it thanks to the skills that she's learned in the mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com. And so I interviewed her once she won her first $55,000, and her interview was in the mentorship. And I really picked her brain about what she did and what she said and why she thinks she stood out and why she think they chose her and what you guys could do to be like her to start winning. And she's like, Dr. AJ, I just followed what you shared in the book. And the book is now included in the mentorship as our main curriculum to guide you as you start to go out in these grant streets and apply. But you're going to do so with the knowledge that Deanna has. Also, Ashley Rankin, we just did a masterclass with her, picking her brain about how she got L'Oreal to select her out of, she's one of 40 grant winners. They gave $10,000. So they had $400,000 to give away to people with beauty brands. And she's one of the selected that got selected for $10,000 to start her skincare line. How cool is that? So I interviewed her in a masterclass. It's like an hour long, but I really picked her brain for y'all. Asking like how she moved past the fear, how she found the grant, why she applied, what she said. And then even what I've shared with you guys today, I went through her application, and one of my applications that was selected for a $50,000 opportunity earlier this year. And I really broke down the 10 things that should be on every small business grant application. And that's what I use to share with you guys. So you are learning about grants at what we call a 5-figure funding level. So we apply for the higher level grants, the $10,000 plus. Deanna Joy, the one who's at $76,000 in grant wins so far, she's now a semi-finalist for a $1 million grant. Like, could you imagine a check for that much with your name on it? She sure can. So she went out and applied, and she is doing her thing. I can't wait to hear about her win. And she's just following the steps that I lay out for you in the mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com, which also includes what we call a 30-day grant game plan. So if you're like, where do I start? What do I do? I have laid it out for the next 30 days, everything that you should be doing in the grant space, from searching for grants to reading about them, the opportunity to make sure that it's a good fit for you and that it aligns. Remember, we talked about that earlier, making sure that the grants that you apply for align with what you're trying to do in the business. And so every day for 30 days, I lay out, now go do this, now go do that. And when you look up, you're equipped and you got multiple applications out there in the grant space as you're learning how to get better and better with applying for these opportunities in a way that stands out and make you a potential candidate for a future grant win. So hopefully something that I'm sharing is helping you in getting your wheels turning. If you're really looking to play what we call the grant game, because it is a game, you do have to know how to play. You have to have a strategy going in, not only needing the money, but knowing how you're going to use it and knowing how to tell your story so well that a grant is like, please, let's pick her. Please. So I've had grants that have written me multiple checks when I've applied and shared my vision and my story and the reason behind what I do. And then the lady that wrote both checks, she's like, okay, now I need to interview you about how you got me to write you 2 checks from my grant fund. And so we did. And so I put our interview in the mentorship over at blackwomenandgrants.com as well, along with how you can use tools like AI, ChatGPT to start applying for some of these opportunities, but in a way that a grant can't tell that a robot wrote this for you, okay? You got to know what you're doing. You could try to do it on your own, but you're really going to just sound like everybody else with these standard answers. But when you do it like I teach you to do it, it's amazing. It's what I used that got my grant selected out of 500 applications in January, okay, for a $50,000 opportunity. They ain't know I didn't write that thing. Well, I wrote it, but ChatGPT made it better, okay? So, if you're looking for help with telling your story and writing essays and what do I say, what do I leave out, and what do I... blackwomenandgrants.com. That's the place to be. If you really want hand-holding, accountability, and support, and getting started, because you can't just stay in information collection mode forever. There are literally applications open right now, getting ready to close this week, but you sitting here, multitasking, not really doing nothing with the information you got, worried about this, and that, and ain't making a move, and you could have won some money for your business this week. So, I wanted to share that with you. I mentioned that there is a checklist for those of you who are in the startup phase and those of you who are in the started phase of your business, already making money. There are things that you need to be able to know that is checked off on your list to get your business prepared to start pitching for this funding. And if you've already started, you want to make sure that you can check off everything that's on a startup list. And then if you are just getting started in business, you want to look forward to what's on the startup list. So it's 2 separate checklists. We call it the 5-step grant guide. It's an audio that's included in the mentorship, and it walks you through what you need to have in place as you start applying for these grant opportunities. Okay. I've done some training already. We got some replays that come in the mentorship from a masterclass, a boot camp, and a virtual event. And it's really the step-by-step walkthrough of how you start developing your small business grant application strategy to help you start winning grants, not just applying. Because one thing you don't want to do is keep applying and keep getting rejected. The goal is to strengthen what you put on your application every time you apply, and then improve your grant application process, or GAP, your gap, okay? Using that AAA method that I shared with you guys earlier. And I teach you all about that in the training replays. So if you're looking for applying for small business grants and you want your application to stand out and you don't want to have to figure out how to do it yourself, I figured it out. Deanna Joy did it. She's won $76,000. Ashley's did it. She's won $19,000. And there are more winners. These are just the ones that come to mind. Neek is somebody who you'll meet over at blackwomenandgrants.com too. She popped on our live recently and shared that an opportunity I shared with her earlier this year got her selected out of 5,000 applications, y'all. She won a $5,000 grant from City Trends during Black History Month this year, using the techniques that I share with you guys here on GPA, as well as in the mentorship over at blackwomenandgrants.com. And so in our trainings, in these video replays you'll get, it's full of insider secrets like where to look and how to qualify and what types of small business grants you should be applying for according to your small business phase. And remember, those 2 phases are whether you've started or whether you're started up. Or whether you're in the startup phase. We also talk about what grants should not be used for, because there are certain businesses that are instantly disqualified for grants. And I give you the T in the chat. I can't talk about it here on TikTok because they'll flag us because of how the grants label the types of businesses that are not qualified for applying. And that includes like direct sales and franchises and MLMs and what's the other word I'm looking for? Oh, they call them sin-based businesses. So we talk about all of that in the mentorship because, again, TikTok won't allow me to say some of the words. And they're not bad words. They're just words to use to describe businesses that do not qualify for grants. And you want to make sure your business is not on this list. You don't want to waste your time applying for grant opportunities that you really don't qualify for and that they're going to throw it out anyway, right? So if you could see yourself hitting that business goal, that business grant goal, like that amount you put in the chat earlier, then you need to know what to look for in these small business grant opportunities, and definitely how to avoid grant scams, because they're here. It's some scammers on here right now. They come on, they try to steal my information. They're going to inbox y'all acting like they're me because they sit and listen to my dialect and the slang that I use. And they email y'all here on TikTok and they like, hey, sis. And it ain't me. It's some guy in Nigeria and his AI bot. And he about to scam you for everything you send him. And people have literally lost money thinking they're talking to me. But it's a scammer. But when you learn these 25 tips that I teach you in the mentorship of what to look out for, I'm serious. They on here and they know it. I just report them to TikTok. TikTok shuts them down and then they start a new page. So we've been going through this for over a year, child. That's how it works. And people have told me, hey, I think somebody trying to scam me acting like you, child. That ain't me. I'm somewhere taking a nap or eating or both. You know, either way, it ain't me. We got 67,000 of y'all here on this page. I ain't got time, girl. I wish I could talk to all y'all. But it will never be me in your inbox saying, I can guarantee you a grant. Send me some money. So be careful because grants don't find you on in your social media inbox. How will they know where to look? They don't know you. And neither does the guy in Nigeria, but he about to get you. So as I mentioned earlier, as you're applying for these grants, make sure you're not coming from a desperate energy place because that's how you get got as well. But we talk about what to look for, what to look out for, making sure you don't get scammed, and what to look forward to when you start winning these grants. And what I love is that because we are for profit, because we're in the private sector, we're not competing with nonprofits. A lot of nonprofits don't qualify for the grants that we win. But in the trainings, I do teach you the differences between a nonprofit organization grant proposal and what's needed in that process versus how much simpler our process is when we apply for grants. We don't have to send proposals and, oh, girl, all that other stuff, child. It's enough to make you tired to see what they have to go through versus what we go through. We just submit applications, essays, and videos, and we win. So that's all I got for you. I know many of you, if you've been on the live before, have been able to get your hands on the Finding Funding ebook. We used to just offer the ebook, but now it's a part of the overall mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com. And it's where I put all of my secrets that I've learned so far. And then the book cover that you see on your screen, that's a book I'm working on now to make sure that I include what I have learned since I wrote the book last year called Finding Funding. So it's over at blackwomeningrants.com. It has the first set of 25 secrets to finding and securing small business grants and grant funded opportunities for your Black woman owned for-profit small business. And then it has a list. We did the list yesterday on a live that I did, popped up here on TikTok. And we went over some of the 60 different business expenses that grants have covered for me that you can now add to your list. So your list should be longer than just marketing and advertising and paying bills. It could get as specific as, send me a new computer. Pay for new office decor. That's what they did for me. I got a desk, a chair, a filing cabinet, a journal, some pens, sticky notes, notebooks, magnets, you name it. I've won it in business expenses that grants have covered. And then I really want to make sure that you're prepared for these frequently asked questions like the ones that we talked about at the top of the live, where I'm like, how would you use a grant? How much do you need? And what do you need a grant for specifically in your business? You need to know how to answer those questions because they're going to be on every single legit grant application that you fill out. And so when you know how to answer them, it makes it easier. So I give you my answers that has won me money. And you can see how I answer the questions and then use the template that I provide for how you need to answer the questions as well if you really want to win. So if you can see yourself applying for grants, entering small business pitch competitions, applying for scholarships for business training and development programs like incubators and accelerators. These are programs that are funded by the corporations that I told you about earlier. And they're designed to coach you and to train you and to mentor you and to ask you questions about your business in a way that's going to make it stronger for when you go out and pitch for grants and grant funded opportunities. All of that's included. Getting help, seeing how that's done. I got videos of me winning money from all of these angles. And then I offer you the template to how I did it so you can fill in the blanks. And these are for the small business grant essay answers, especially if you're like, I'm not a good writer. I'm not a good storyteller. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to leave out. Do I say too much? Do I? Child, I got you. There's an app that one of our mentees, Happy Mia, she found for us. And you can download the app and it'll read the Finding Funding ebook to you on your iPhone and your Android devices. Ain't that cool? One thing I forgot, I don't even see it. I need to make sure that it's added on the website. But I mentioned that we have some partnerships with other business training and development programs that will let you in on a scholarship as one of our mentees for free. So not only are you training with us for a year, it's only $97. You're getting more trainings that you don't have to pay for out of pocket because you're a Black woman in grants and you're a mentee. Let's go. And so if you're at a place in your business where, let's say you're still like building out your website or looking to form partnerships, do some networking, get some public relations out there, get help with marketing and sales and branding and email marketing and social media and goal setting. We have partners that already have programs set up to help guide you through all of that. I don't teach it. I could. I don't want to. I want to talk about grants. That's what I do. And so our partners will help you with that on behalf of Black women in grants. So that's something to look forward to as well. I just love opportunities that are designed to help Black women succeed. And that's what we share with you in the mentorship. And if you have questions about joining us, now is a great time to ask those questions. If you got questions about anything we've talked about so far up to this point, now is a great time to ask. I'm a little bit over time, but I'm happy to hang out with you guys as we wrap this up, talking about the importance of what you put on your small business grant applications, making sure you're finding the right opportunities to apply to that align with where you are in your business, and then getting help with winning these opportunities. I think someone asked kind of relatively how long it takes to win a grant. Ashley Rankin, who just won the $10,000 L'Oreal grant, she joined the program, went through all the trainings that I just mentioned to you. It's a total of 24 hours worth of content, videos, audios, the book, the app that'll read the book to you. She focused in for 90 days, and now she's $19,000 richer in her business, thanks to grants and what she learned in the mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com. And here she is. Speaking of grant winners, hello, Ashley Rankin. How are you? What questions can I answer for those of you who are still hanging out? Still got questions? Or either you're still being nosy. Talk to me. I'm going to wrap this up in just a few moments. But if you have questions, if you want to share aha moments or takeaways, something you've learned that you didn't know, maybe you heard something that you knew and it was a refresher, you can share that. It's okay. Now is the perfect time to share. If you're over at blackwomeningrants.com claiming your scholarship spot, let me know. Especially if you have registered, you should have got a second page that pops up that tells you to request access to the learning portal. And then it'll email me and I can let you in. But if you're having problems with that or you didn't get the link, it's best to let me know while we're live so that I can send you that link directly, okay? So again, the website is www.blackwomeningrants.com. Hallelujah. Energy, so glad you got your phone charged, girl. She says no questions, but want to thank you again for your time, and I look forward to working with you. Same. Same. Thank you for joining us and hanging out. All right, guys, so I am going to make a decision on if I'm going to say yes or no to the speaking opportunity that just at the last minute reached out. I hate that. I hate a last minute. But I'm glad to be thought of, especially from a grant. They've given me money, so I may give them some of my time. You never know. Y'all have a phenomenal rest of your day. I will see you back here if I do a pop-up later on. But our regular schedule is Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you follow this page. Black Women in Grants, over 67,000 of y'all are here on this page now. God is so good. Turn those notifications on so you know when I'm live and you can come hang out with us, answer your questions. TikTok will send you a personal invite, I hear, to come join us. If you're over at blackwomeningrants.com, I will see you there and see you inside of the Grant Game Mentorship. Until we meet again, my friends, y'all have a phenomenal rest of your day. God bless. Bye, future grant winners.